Hello everyone, today I will recap the movie 6 Underground. The movie is about a group of people who gathered into an organization called Ghost, specializing in saving the world from dictators. The opening scene of the film features a green supercar, fleeing from a chase through the streets of Italy. In the car are members of an underground organization, Ghost. The group's goal is to interrogate the lawyers of the 4 highest leaders in Turkestan, to find out information about those leaders, then destroy them. A female teammate was injured during the mission, and is being treated by a doctor. Their group includes members. Number 1 is Johnson, the founder of the organization with the superpower of wealth. Number 2 is a retired female CIA agent, despite being seriously injured, still fighting and destroying the enemy. Number 3 is a reckless assassin, ready to face any danger. Number 4 is a thief who is good at parkour, able to jump like a bird on rooftops. Number 5 is a female doctor in charge of treating the injured people in the group. Number 6 is an expert driver, driving regardless of danger. However, in this mission, Number 6 unfortunately had an accident due to not braking in time, causing the car to crash into a forklift. Then, the group went into Haiti on a boat offshore. They worked together for money, so no one knew each other's names. To protect their identities and avoid being discovered, they threw the body of member number 6 into the sea. After losing a member, the group quickly searched for a replacement and decided to choose Blaine. He is a former soldier who served in the U.S. Special Forces. Currently, he is living in remorse for accidentally causing the death of his teammates during a mission. Although the cause was a media incident, but he still felt the pain and kept thinking about in his life to forget that memory. He was invited to join the secret organization with the code name Number 7. Johnson created a fake in his live scene to make Blaine invisible. The group gathered to listen to Number 1 present the next plan. Their target this time was a dictator named Rovak from Turkestan. Rovak had committed many cruel acts, making everyone hate him. Those who did not follow his orders or intended to oppose him were killed. He not only attacked hospitals and schools, but also used chemical weapons to kill his own people. Johnson witnessed the whole tragedy caused by Rovak. At this time, Rovak was enjoying a work of art in a museum in Arabia. His secretary suddenly ran in to report on the massacre that had just occurred. He later watched a video of his chemical weapons on the internet. Rovak calmly said that this was the perfect death because no one was bleeding or shattered like when bombed. He admitted that he had filmed the video himself and released it online to threaten his enemies. He warned that anyone who dared to oppose him would meet the same fate. One day, Johnson saw Rovak at a theater, so he decided to follow and find a way to approach Rovak. He used his experience listening to music to criticize the concert, and at the same time mock the dictators in front of Rovak. However, Rovak kept a calm face as if he was completely innocent. Even while on duty, Rovak did not forget to find himself a girlfriend. In the end, he made her fall in love with him. At this time, Number 4 and Number 7 discovered Rovak's weakness, which was his younger brother Murat. The two brothers are complete opposites. Rovak is a dictator, while Murat is a kind and wise man. He should have been the ruler of the country, but Rovak took power and locked he up. Therefore, there is no information about he for them to search for. Johnson is a rich but very idle man. Since childhood, he dreamed of becoming a superhero to save the world, and had a passion for creative research. When he grew up, he became a brilliant inventor, and even sold some advanced technological devices to the CIA. He then began his journey to help people in need in poor countries. From there, he became more and more determined to free them from dictators, and founded a secret organization to support this goal. At that time, Rovak was discussing important matters with military officials. They are the ones who are smuggling weapons for him. It seemed that he wanted to buy a secret weapon in Las Vegas, so he sent these officials to make the deal. Meanwhile, Johnson's group received the information, and immediately went to eliminate these 4 officials. They disguised themselves as different characters to avoid detection. The military officials, after completing the transaction with the arms dealer, began to reveal their evil nature. They called beautiful young girls to have fun. While they were having fun, they suddenly heard a knock on the door outside. The first person to look through the small hole in the door to check, but was immediately shot by Number 3, fell dead on the spot. Next, another man who was looking in the mirror and squeezing a pimple was also quickly shot dead by Number 3. Then, as a man was smoking a cigar, Number 3 shot him and killed him instantly. Soon after, Number 3 found Rovak's last henchman, then pointed the gun at his face. Johnson approached him and asked where Murat was being held. When he learned that Murat was being held in Hong Kong, Number 3 immediately dealt with him. After completing the mission, everyone cleaned up the scene and quickly left. Later, When number 2 and number 3 are next to each other, she explained that they needed to find a new captain to replace Johnson, but number 3 did not agree with her opinion. Afterwards, he visited his mother in a nursing home in Nevada. His elderly mother suffered from dementia, sometimes conscious, sometimes unconscious, and often thought that her son was a murderer. He could not explain it to her. He also thought about the people who died by his hand. They also had families and children, which made his conscience torment him, and he wanted to give up. Johnson knew how he felt, and advised that if he did not kill them, they would kill many others. They are forced to choose, eliminate the bad guys to save the good guys, because sometimes they cannot save both. That is human nature. On the other side, Rovak was furious when he learned that his 4 horsemen had died. However, he quickly chose 4 others to replace them. Before they could celebrate, Rovak ordered them to be pushed to the ground and died immediately. He then flew to Hong Kong to meet Murat. Rovak asked his younger brother if he knew about the deaths of the 4 horsemen. Murat was surprised because he had nothing to do with this, but also warned Rovak that every action has consequences. If he continued to do wrong things, he would eventually face bad results. Rovak confidently assured his brother that he had received excellent soldiers from the United States, while Russia had supplied him with weapons. Therefore, he believed that nothing could defeat him. At the same time, Johnson's team was in Hong Kong preparing to rescue Murat. Johnson quickly divided the tasks for the team. He was outside, operating the tower crane to bring number 4 to the rooftop. Number 5 confidently walked inside the building. The pair of number 2 and number 3 waited outside the lobby in a supercar. Number 7 chose a favorable position to use the sniper rifle. After everything was prepared, everyone put on masks and started to act. The perfect coordination between the inside and outside turned the whole building into a mess. Number 4, after sliding the cable on the rooftop, saw that someone was coming and jumped into the swimming pool to hide. However, the enemy group was still watching here, making it impossible for him to reveal his face. Fortunately, number 7 promptly created a hole in the glass, allowing number 4 to breathe. The pair of number 2 and number 3 quickly used the elevator to go to the top floor. They immediately attacked and killed several guards, with the support of number 7. In the chaos, number 4 led Murat away from the place. The henchmen chasing them were all taken down by number 7's sniper rifle. However, when number 3 picked up the enemy's guns again, causing number 7 to mistake him for an enemy and shoot him in the head. Fortunately, number 3 had a protective mask, otherwise he would not have survived. At that time, more and more enemies appeared, leading to a fierce gunfight between the two sides. If the situation continued like this, the whole team would be in danger. Seeing his teammates in danger, number 7 came up with a bold idea. He shot into the infinity pool, creating huge waves that crashed down on the building. His teammates quickly grabbed onto the chandelier to avoid being swept away by the water, but number 2 unfortunately slipped and fell, pushed away by the waves. Fortunately, she managed to grab onto the door frame and narrowly escaped death. After that, they gave Murat a cable to slide to the opposite building. Everyone then quickly drove away from that area. However, when number 4 was about to go downstairs, the enemy discovered him. So he showed off his excellent parkour skills to escape from them. Number 4 quickly hid behind an iron frame to avoid the bullets, but the enemy threw a grenade at the aerial transport rack, causing the heavy iron bars to fall onto the road. Unexpectedly, those iron bars fell on the police convoy that was chasing Johnson's group. On this side, number 4 was captured by the enemy and was repeatedly hit in the face. When the situation became critical, his team appeared in time. Number 7 immediately pulled out his gun and shot the enemy to rescue number 4. This thing strengthened their camaraderie, and they did not hesitate to share their real names with each other. After Rovak learned that Murat's younger brother had been saved, he became extremely angry. He went to a female informant to ask about the mysterious group of people who dared to invade his territory. However, she doesn't have any personal information about this group of people at all, as if they were invisible. Rovak angrily said that even if they were demons, he would find a way to destroy them. At that same time, Johnson's group had brought Murat to safety. The next step was to bring him back to Turkestan to regain the power he deserved. Then, number 4 instructed everyone to break into the Turkestan State TV and hack into the system to prepare for the overthrow of the government. Murat said that his brother would return to the yacht to attend the party after speaking at the TV station. Therefore, Johnson assigned everyone to infiltrate the yacht to capture Rovak. Immediately after that, the plan was carried out. Johnson pressed the activation button, allowing the live TV channels to broadcast the video prepared by Murat. His inspirational speech touched the hearts of everyone, from the poor to the rich, from workers to students, and even the oppressed. They all stood up with one voice, determined to overthrow Rovaka's dictatorship. "Feel your power is being threatened," Rovak contacted the army, intending to use poison gas to suppress the people. This action showed his ruthless nature. On the way to escape, he ordered his subordinates to drive into the crowd, killing many people. Finally, he got on the yacht. But before that, Number 2 entered the control room and opens the door for the rest of the group to sneak in. Inside, Rovak used a walkie-talkie to order the army to suppress the people, but Murat promptly cut the signal. Murat condensed the generals in the army to side with the people and fight against Rovak. Johnson's group ambushed Yacht and began an attack to capture Rovak alive. Because the number of Rovaka's subordinates was too large and dangerous, Johnson activated a powerful magnetic device to pull them all aside. Thanks to their special costumes, Johnson's group was non-attracted, and they broke into the yacht. Under the influence of the artificial magnetic field, they easily destroyed the enemy. However, at a crucial moment, Johnson's magnet control phone broke. While he was trying to fix the phone, a bald man suddenly attacked. After a fierce struggle, both fell to the ground. The bald man tried to reach the phone, but accidentally activated a pre-installed bomb. The huge explosion caused the luxury yacht to quickly sink. However, the bald man still refused to run away and continued to attack Johnson. As a result, he was shot multiple times by Johnson and died on the spot. Number 4 was beaten beyond recognition by a soldier. In the critical moment, Johnson appeared as a savior, killing the attacker and saving his comrades. Taking advantage of the chaos, Rovak was escorted by his men onto a boat to escape. He then quickly boarded a helicopter to escape. However, surprisingly, Murat and Johnson's group were on the plane. They flew the helicopter to a barren desert where poor people were struggling to survive. Rovak was dropped off for the refugees there to deal with. Immediately, everyone rushed to beat him to release the anger they had been holding for so long.